Isn't it wonderful, Sue?
What? He licked me.
He licked you? That's because he likes you. That's a kiss.
Can I watch you roll up the window?
Up?
Yeah.
You gotta look out though when we back up though. Jackson,
Okay.
we
gotta
back
go.
up, you gotta get out of the way, okay?
Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Want you to try it out?
Sure.
You be a good boy.
Pretty cute.
Yeah.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
I love you.
Love you too.
I love you too.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Oh, Grandma, I need to tell you something.
What?
I gotta go on the other side.
He's behind you, Sue.
I know.
Grandma,
What?
when I was running fast and
The playground.
on playground,
Yeah.
what happened to that when
You
it
got a
was
little scrape on your knee.
a little scrape?
Oh, okay.
Did you
Did
put
you
some?
like our hike today?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Loved it.
We gotta stand back. Go.
Bye. Bye, Jace.
Bye-bye.
Is that your son?
No, my son-in-law. The
Is he
kids-
the one who's going to be the artist?
No, that's my son.
Yeah, that's your son. I met him.
Yeah, with no hair.
Oh,
Bye.
you got a crew cut.
Yeah, the kids, the Jackson and Casey, their mother is my daughter.
Okay. Where's that road go?
That's not a road. They're just going to plant grass there.
No, they mow in here. That's got to be cut. They must do something.
Well, they maintain the trail. It's a really nice trail.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I showed Casey the moss
Yeah.
because I love moss.
God, they got to get rid of that dead lumber in this.
This is
Got a fire for
where it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make something for my dinner. I guess you're gonna have chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, that's it. I get by.
I know you do. But there's no fruit cut up. Probably no vegetables cut up either.
If I wanted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I ate pretty good there, so
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a couple subs that are in with the cookies that got blown. I could wrap them up.
you can wrap them up.
Yeah, I can wrap them up. You can eat them.
Or we pick all the pieces up off the ground?
No, they weren't on the ground. They were on the picnic table.
You just go home and rest and get ready. It's your night out. Look at the nice rocks there.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a gravel pit for the city or something?
No, that's the town of Nassau garage.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Let's see, this is park entrance. This is where I went in initially and hiked in there.
Oh.
Too much wind, Glendora?
Oh, dear.
So, did you have a good time, Glendora?
Oh, I did. Spectacular. Thank you so much for including me.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Aunt Arlene's nice, huh?
Yes.
She's a very nice lady.
Yes.
That's
And-
my father's sister,
Yes. Now, what's her first name?
Arlene.
She had 10 children.
Yeah. She's 91.
Yep. And she looks good.
Yep.
And she talks well.
A very special lady.
Isn't she? And so is Frank a special person.
Yeah.
At 94.
He's amazing.
A reporter asked a senior citizen, have you lived in Albany all your life? And she said, not yet.
Did you get to tell anybody any jokes?
Yep.
You did?
Yeah, I told him that poverty is hereditary. You get it from your children. And that there are some things money can't buy. Poverty, for instance, you have to have credit cards for that.
Hey, that's good. Oh, look at those beautiful horses.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And knock knock,
Who's
Who's
there?
there?
fortification.
Fortification who?
Fortification this year we go to the mountains. And knock knock,
Who's there?
Morris.
Morris who?
Morris Sunday, next day's Monday.
I don't know how you remember them.
And who is the lady? She brought pastry from Troy. And it was, you know what it was?
No.
It was oats and caramel and chocolate and all kinds of things that were good for you.
I don't know who brought that.
Well, it's that big lady, the one who's
Oh, Beth. That's my cousin's daughter.
your cousin's daughter.
Mary Ann's daughter.
Mary Ann's daughter?
The one who spoke the Latin. Yeah.
Oh, that's Mary Ann's daughter?
Yeah.
And the piano soloist was asked by the reporter, why did you choose to play Beethoven's Fourth Piano Concerto? And he thought a long time, and then he says, oh, well, that's what the orchestra was playing. No, I thought your family was supreme.
Oh, thank you.
I bet Pete will have a good time when his family gets together.
Yeah, he has a good family too.
We haven't had a reunion in 30 years.
Too bad.
Gosh, it was a big one too.
Too bad, Pete.
I know it.
It's awful. You let 30 years go by. That's terrible.
My cousins are supposed to be trying to get one going, but a lot of the family's gone now. You know, we only got one aunt left. on
Got
our
the next
side.
generation. All
Then
your
it's the
cousins.
then it's all the cousins.
Now, my family is the Folsom Family Association of America,
Oh,
and they're having their 102nd reunion this year in Alabama, down where your sister lives.
wow.
Yeah?
Are you going?
Oh, no, honey. No.
Glendora, I have first cousins that are almost your age.
Really?
Yep. 86 or 87 is Harvey. Yep.
Pete's father was the youngest of 14.
Yeah, youngest of 14.
So the smallest one in the family, the youngest one in the family is my sister. She just turned 50.
She's 52.
And the oldest is 87 or 88. It's Harvey.
Does it say what's the name of this road, honey?
This is County Route 15.
I know. This is
This-
the name, but what the road we're just coming off of.
Oh,
Does it-
County Route 16.
yeah, but what's the name?
It doesn't have a name. Doesn't seem to have a name.
If it's Crooner Road, it goes right across.
Oh, maybe Crowner Road.
Or Crowner Road.
Maybe.
Yeah, this road that we're on, County Route 15, is the Nassau Averill Park Road.
Oh, you know what that is? I think that's. I have it in my phone. I'll look it up when we get back to your house.
And I
You
fed
get ready
the
to go out.
Yeah, it's right in my, it's no problem.
I fed the animals, Sue.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Good.
because after that incident I told you about Sunday,
Yes.
Sunday night I was out feeding the birds,
Yeah.
and that butch tenant says, Glendora, you're not supposed to feed the animals.
Really?
Yeah, and I said, I don't know who you are, and I can't see you. And he said, oh, you know who I am, Glendora. And then he went and told Eric, and Eric says, Glendora, you're not supposed to feed the animals, and I'm going to report you.
Really?
Yep.
It's a
And
joke for real.
then when we went out Monday afternoon to feed the animals, the table was tipped over and the glass top broken into 100 pieces.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
What's
it
a
actually,
deer or something?
it actually turned into vandalism, honey.
Oh my goodness.
What animals did you feed?
I feed the birds, hon.
You.
No, it's Eric, that loudmouth. That yelling
I
at
feed
Noah
the
all
birds up
time.
on the trolley trail.
So
And-
what's going on with your car?
Oh, nothing's been said, you see.
Okay.
Friday came and Saturday came. So nothing's been said. I think
So-
I'll go up on the rent. When I give them the check this week, instead of giving them $20, I'll give them $30.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. He
Just
hasn't
to
asked
make
for it.
just to make peace.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not going to make peace, Glendora.
No, what's it going to do?
No, it's just people like that. It's not going to make peace. Just because you throw bird seed or something on a path, you get,
Yeah, I throw it on the table, honey,
and they smash the table
and they smash it all up. So
for feeding the birds.
yep, they're. Well, no, it's because I wouldn't let them park in my yard and take my parking spaces.
Boy,
You know, Pete, there's 6 apartments there, and practically everybody has 2 cars. And then we have company, and they just walked over, put their car in our driveway, and walked home.
That's a darn shame. You got to be kidding me.
Well, what can I do to make peace? Stay away from them, one.
Yeah.
Find another. Can you find another place for your car?
Oh, no, they took it back to their yard. He knew he was wrong. Immediately when I told him that, he went and got it.
What am I looking at?
It's the size, it's twice the size of this car.
Oh, the old 1980?
What, sweetie?
The 1980?
Yeah, the 1980 is in their garage.
Yeah.
Where do you go for car repair?
There's a guy in Averill Park that I trust.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, this was a great family gathering. And all your people are so interesting and healthy and vibrant. And
I wish you'd known my father.
I bet. I can see that
Well,
now.
most of them are really plain, down-to-earth
Yes.
people, and they're hands-on people that do things, you know. And
Yeah.
like her cousin's a carpenter.
All of them are carpenters.
All of them, yeah.
Oh, I loved it, Sue.
Good.
They're all like Sue.
No. They saved the best for last.
Oh.
I compliment her all the time, Glendora. She deserves it.
It's cheaper than flowers.
That's right.
They die.
Compliments stay with you.
Yeah.
Hope so. Hey, I won't be able to give you your 3 taps tonight.
So what day did you decide to come over, Pete, to see the baseball?
I haven't yet.
Okay. As I say, pick a day after 2:30.
Why? What do you do before 2:30?
Well, I do all God work, Peter.
Oh,
You know, I mean, that TV show takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of time to make 11,000 shows.
yeah, I'm sure it does.
See, Peter, see my weeping willow? See him?
Yeah.
I showed him.
Yeah. And then now, what is that? I thought that was a hyacinth, but now you've
It's
told me
not.
it isn't.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
It almost looks like a rubber tree.
No. It's not.
She graduated from 1st grade to 2nd grade over at the Montessori school. She was in the classroom all winter.
Now you got to teach that weeping willow how to cry.
Okay, the road we were on is Central Nassau Road.
Yes,
Central Nassau.
but we didn't know the other road, the name of the other road.
The guy broke your tape.
Route
right there,
15 is
right
Central
there.
Nassau.
Yeah.
So where's your
No,
backyard going? Right back
16 is Central Nassau.
Yeah, we have beautiful backyard. Can you see it, Steve?
there. Yeah.
What'd you say, Sue?
Route 16 is Central Nassau.
No. Oh, you know what it is? I just remember. It's Hoag's Corner Road. That's what it's called.
Well, the address of the park is Central Nassau Road.
No, Central Nassau Road is Route 15 going up to Burden Lake. And the
Isn't
road,
that 16?
Route 15.
Oh.
And Sue, the road that I wanted to know the name of, it's Hoag's Corner Road.
Oh, okay.
Because it does go to Hoag's Corner. Okay, now I know. Thank you, dear.
Hey, Glendora, you want some help with something to get
No,
in?
no, honey, I can do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got to tell you a joke. It was the first day of classes, and the professor came swaggering into the classroom, and he says, if there's any dumbbells in this room, I want you to stand up immediately. And a long time went by. Finally, a lone freshman in the back row stood up, and the professor bellowed, "Are you a dumbbell?" And the little freshman says, well, no, sir, but I felt sorry for you standing up there all by yourself. Good morning, folks. It is communion time. Sunday morning communion time. And we're on the level. And you're looking at that beautiful nature. And it goes behind you too. It goes way behind you. This is the 3rd of July. Tomorrow's the 4th. I think today, folks, we'll go to PITTSFIE, Massachusetts, where the volunteers built a carousel. They carved the horses out of wood and sanded them, and painted them, and polished them sparkling bright. And we'll take you over there to show you what's going on. I think you might enjoy it. You certainly enjoyed yesterday with the Casey bench. Matthew 6, chapter 6, 34. Anything in Matthew between chapter 5 and chapter 7, including chapter 7, is the Sermon on the Mountain. And what does it say? It says for you to let tomorrow take care of itself. It says to you, there's enough evil in this day to take care of. You don't have to look into tomorrow to find more evil. And that is an excellent lesson. It is a very basic lesson and a very fundamental lesson. Stay in the present. Stay in this moment. Maybe I shouldn't have told you about tomorrow going to Pittsfield to do the carousel. Stay in this moment. You will never see it again. And do we get the richness in every moment? Oh, no. No. We don't even begin to get it. Let's take this moment right now. What is the richness? The greenery. The magic of the plants. Their beauty. How they reproduce. How they have leaves. How they have seeds. How they have seasons. Grass. You mow it down, and it always comes back. You mow it down, and it comes back. You mow it down, and it comes back. The encroachment of premise. If you didn't mow it, it would be all trees and shrubs. The richness of this moment. We have the Holy Bible. We have the great teachings of Jesus. We have video, we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. We have the universe, and born, and alive, and healthy, and food, and clothing, and a home, and freedom and independence, and no catastrophes, and finances, and educations, and our career, our businesses, our spouses, our families. The richness of this moment. Matthew 6:34. The Sermon on the Mount. A great, great piece of work. A great piece of work. So, what's your hymn today? Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father. Brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth. Let this be the moment now. With every step we take, let this be our solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with us. Today's yard sales, no. Today's Christmas presents. It's 6 months, by the way, to Christmas. This is the half year. Happy new half year. Christmas presents of today are garage sales for tomorrow, and the little boy wrote his letters to Santa Claus, but he was very smart. He made Xerox copies for his aunts, uncles, and parents. A freighter carrying a load of red paint collided with a freighter carrying a load of purple paint, and at last report, the crews of both ships were marooned. Now, Acades, our word today is Acades, capital A-C-H-A-T-E-S. And Acades was a faithful friend of Aeneas, the hero of the Aeneid. This all fits in with the Latin that we had yesterday with that smart Casey woman. Wow. Wow. She must be the only person left in the whole world. She wrote the poem in Latin, read it in Latin, and then translated it into English, and it was such a sweet poem. So you're my Acades. You're my faithful friend. Sandy is my faithful Acadies, and Pat, and M. Chapin. They're all my Acadies. Tell me about your Acadies. What'd you think of the Casey family gathering? Wasn't that a sweet thing? All over the world it's like that with family. And it's so nice. They had the Casey bench and the nature walk. It's a loop. You go down that hole that I showed you about and you come out and then you come up around there at the top of the hill where it's all cleared. Frankly, I prefer the bench to the walk. But it was so good to see those people intermingle and have such a grand time and show their love to one another. And Mr. Frank Casey, 94 years old, in such grand condition. And his sister, 91 years old, and doing so well. And they both look so good, and they're so active and so able at 94 and 91. And in addition to all that excitement, we add to it the fact that we made 8 one-half-hour shows for Rob Jackson. And we made them very, very carefully. Why, folks? Because it is the master. These 8 shows are the masters for the 16 shows, the 16 TV stations that are served by computer. He copies the program by computer and sends it by computer to 16 TV stations. Manhattan and the Bronx and Brooklyn and the Comcast stations, Danbury, Seymour, Norwich, and what else? There's one other. Carmel, New York. And then there's White Plains. Public access TV in Great Neck, Long Island, Bridgeport, I should have brought the list for you. Well, anyway, that's his 16. And then another great event happened yesterday. We finished wrapping all of the shows. There will be 2 more discs, this one and the one of yesterday, the Casey's. But there will be, but all of the TV stations have shows. All 45 of my TV stations that I do by DVD will have shows, and all 16 of Rob Jackson's. So that'll be 62 altogether. I forgot to make one for Jamestown, because Jamestown's brand new. Jamestown and Greenberg. And then the other 2 copies we will send to other 2 TV stations, and they can play them in September and not have to repeat the August ones. Isn't that fun? Did you get 100 yesterday, Glendora? Yes. With all that work and going out in video for 3 hours? Yes. I think that's all of my show and tell. I am ready for your show and tell. So, welcome to the trolley trail. The trolley train used to go down here in the 20s, and it used to go from Troy to Hudson. down through East Skodak, and that way to North Chatham, East Skodak, that way in Chatham that way, down through the Hudson. And when it was the last trolley ride, 1929, in the fall of 1929. Let there be peace on earth. Where are you off to today? We're off to Pittsfield, where the volunteers carved the horses out of wood and sanded them and painted them and polished them and shined them all up and bought land and made a building, and now they have a carousel in Pittsfield, and it's free rides July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And this is July 3rd, and Sandy and I are the only ones who are leaving from the McLean tribe to go ride the horses.
There's Andrew ahead of us.
Yeah, oh, that's Andrew ahead of us? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he
Yes.
coming from?
The garden, the community garden. He
Oh.
went to water the plants.
Oh boy, what a job. How's he do that? With gallon jugs?
Yes, milk gallon jugs.
Oh boy. He's a hard worker. Don't you want to ride the horses? The merry-go-round horses? Well, Glendora, this starts a new season. What do you mean? Well, we're starting making programs for October, November 2016. We finished the season August, September. We finished that today. No, yesterday. And we're sending copies of it to Albany and Boston and Staten Island and Waterbury. You own 2 cars and they're both on the road here with you. Bye, Andrew. Bye, sweetie. What road are you on? We are on the famous Route 20 that starts at Boston and ends in Oregon. The famous Route 20, clear across the country. From the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean.
So it's tricolored. It's a tricolored shelf.
This is the Kinderhook Creek, folks. There's 3 bridges go over the Kinderhook Creek here within a couple tenths of a mile. Are they glad that the lights replace people? So people don't have to stand in the hot sun on a Sunday afternoon and wave traffic? You think they're glad, or
It's not as friendly. All right, so that's where Dave and Carrie are. In there somewhere.
oh, they're swimming in the Kinderhook Creek.
Yeah. Provided there's water in it. Doesn't look like there's much water in it.
Well, it rained last night, I believe.
It did. Or was it the night before?
this one is done. This is the second bridge, right?
That's the second bridge, and there's
And
one
it's
more.
done, and
one more to go.
And you notice
looks
those great
pretty
big
good.
green arms aren't on the second bridge anymore?
Oh, what was there instead?
Those great big green arms?
Yeah, what do they have instead of the green
A
arms?
low fence.
Oh. Oh no. Here.
See the big green arms, folks? There's one left.
And that was the third bridge.
We're headed for New Lebanon. And we are in Columbia County, leaving Rensselaer County and coming into Columbia.
You've never seen it?
No,
Oh, it's really something to see.
really?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very expensive to get in to the, the high admission fee for their museum, but it is beautiful. So if you were going to do it, you'd want to take the whole day
Yeah.
and do it.
We are starting the climb, Mount Lebanon.
So down here, there's a Sufi place, the Abode of the Message, a spiritual retreat center for Sufis. Right down this driveway where this car is. There's a private school. There's another Shaker museum, a private high school, and a Sufi retreat center. Right down there. It's a beautiful little valley. You know, the Sufis, like Sheila is a Sufi.
Yeah.
Have you met Sheikh Tanner?
Yes, well, I've seen
And
him
his
at
wife?
the interfaith.
Yeah. Have you ever spoken with him?
No, but I've heard him speak.
I think you would approve of him. He's very spiritual, very,
Yes.
his message is pretty solidly centered on love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your ears plugged up?
No? Are yours?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Get ready to look out to the right.
Yeah.
In any minute, you'll turn your camera off. Not yet. You're gonna get, as we come around this next curve, you'll get a great view of the valley. It's fantastic. I won't be able to look. I've got to drive, but you and the camera can look. I'll tell you when. Where is it? Maybe the trees are not going to let us look. There it is, to the right.
Down into the valley. We're still not at the top.
Going up. Up, up, up.
There we are. Now we're going down. Now we're going down. That's one of the prettiest sights on Route 20, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful around here.
We are coming into the Berkshires of the Adirondacks. I mean, of the Appalachians.
look on this way. So now we know. The downtown is the divider between east and west.
And north and
So,
south.
yep. So we'll just keep going on to west. Did you say it's where east and north and south meet?
No,
No, it's on.
it's down from there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're almost there. There's the public library.
Yes, they call it the Athenaeum.
That sounds very Greek.
And Jim Shulman's book is there.
Good.
And it has a chapter on his joy of watching the SS Glendora when he was 8 years old.
Wonderful.
And we'll have to buy some books from him. I will.
Will he have his books with him today?
Knowing Jim, he will have a few.
Where am I going? Let me in. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Folks will be understanding that I didn't know where I'm going.
We couldn't ask these people.
Okay. There's a big new building. Berkshire Bank. Crown Plaza Hotel. Oh, I bet that's it over there. But it's not on West Street, but looks rather festive. That's it. No. All right. I see where it is. Now how do we get over there? Okey-dokey. Okay, there. Can we get there from here? Quite possibly. Looks like it's popular. I think we're going to see some kiddies riding the merry-go-round. Uh-oh. How do I get in? There we go. Hi, is this parking for the carousel? Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Don't open your door yet because they've got their door open. We'll go up a bit. There. Woohoo! All right. We have arrived. The carousel's in this building here.
Yeah. That's the building they built. And I was here at the dedication of the
Very
land.
nice.
And it was only a year ago, Sandy.
Yeah,
Just a year ago.
it's a little rough right here. Very gravelly.
Okay.
Entrance door this way. Please buy tokens at White Shed. Buy tokens at what? $2 per ride, but we don't really want to ride, do we?
Oh, sure you do.
Are you gonna ride?
Yeah. So here.
Oh,
There
oh,
goes. Good catch. Good catch. Thank you, sir.
There you go. All right, let me get you some tokens.
No, right here. Here's some money right here. Take it out of there. I think they're free though, the rides.
Well, it says $2 per ride.
Okay.
Well, how they make these horses, and they carve them. They
Glendora,
Yes.
made it. Jackie.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
You made it.
Jackie Shulman. This is my
Hello,
friend Sandy.
hi. Sandy Blakeman.
Sandy,
Jackie's
Nice
all
to
the way
meet
from
you.
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, I'm so
well,
glad to
I
see you.
know. Welcome. Jimmy's over here.
Okay.
All right. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna just surprise
You
him.
still want me to get the tokens, Glendora? Or
Yeah.
Just want to sit and...
Oh, I do.
Okay.
We have someone here, excuse me, that wants to see you.
How's the turnout then, Jackie?
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. Soko finally made it.
Oh no! Better call Wayne Collins.
He's
will
been
you?
wanting to see you.
You ride the carousel yet?
No.
You're gonna ride with me.
Okay, good.
You're gonna ride with me. This is
Jimmy.
Glendora. Remember the TV show Glendora? Yeah. This is the guy that grew up in
This
the
is my friend Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. How are you? You got good friends.
No, I'm not going to
You got good friends.
Well,
All
I've met so many nice people through Glendora.
Let's see that pretty hat. Remember the WRGB? Yeah. And then Satellite 6 on Channel 6. Come on, my dear. We're going in. We got to call Wayne Collins though
I have to
first.
get you some tokens.
I got him. I got him. Yeah, we got him for you too. I gotta call Glendora. You guys
Enjoy the rest of the time. Thank you.
Thank you then.
Yeah, oh my God.
Okay, thank you. Is this the waiting line to say goodbye to everybody? Oh, baby! Oh! And you bought a book. I love it. And t-shirts.
Let me give this back to you. Hey, Jim's just saying goodbye to some friends.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, we'll wait.
Their candies are in the refrigerator.
I think he was a social studies teacher, honey,
How wonderful.
in secondary school.
That's great.
So they made this building in a year.
We'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm
Wow.
going for a ride.
Neat.
Come on, lady. Let's go.
Okay.
Jim, weren't you
All the way down here. We have to call this Wayne Collins. He's been looking for you forever. Wayne.
would you be so kind?
Well, I gotta find his number. I don't know if I have it. Are we in line? Where's the line?
We're in line.
I'm in line behind you. Over here. Over here.
Glendora, hold on. I'm just going to tie your shoelace. Hold on.
You guys going out? No.
Oh, Sandy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going on soon.
Good,
Here's
good.
your token.
It's a token.
Here's your token. I'm going on. We're going to get 3 horses in a row. You get up on the horses?
Yeah, wow.
All right. This one is in memory of my cousin Joyce and her dog and the colored black. She died of cancer 9 years ago. There's a Boston Red Sox baseball on the other side.
Glendora, do you see the dog on there? Oh, sweet.
I'm not a designer. I think Marvel. Did you grow up here?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, when you go into Jim's House of Shoes, it was named for me 7 years ago. But I was inspired by my dad. I'm colorblind. I couldn't help people.
My husband just had to bring his grandchildren here today.
And you? Have you ridden on it yet? No.
They made all those horses here. They had a
What's that?
workshop, Sandy, and they made all the horses.
Beautiful.
They carved them all from wood.
they painted them.
Wow. That's fantastic.
11 years ago they started this project. Yep. It has been all day long. I carved it, I financed and funded it, and designed it, you might say. Yeah, this is my gift back to the hometown. Jim Tillman.
I'm glad to meet you. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I need some more.
You know how we did it? We have a single concentrated set from Dixie. And you know what? I haven't seen a single concentrated yet. You guys live in Dixie? My nephew is running for state representative. Michael Bloomberg. Doctor. Yeah, he's independent. He's a Democrat. It's not in New York. It's not in New York. That's right. New York. Yeah. It was a dad's first cousin. But he's going to bring a job.
Love makes the merry-go-round. Do you see the picture there? Love makes the merry-go-round.
The other thing
I saw these horses when they were very little.
No kidding. They're fantastic. Look, there's a kitten on that one. Oh, this is really something.
What good is all that technology?
Wow.
Talk to Michael about it, 'cause he's really good. I'll get on. Do they want to get on the spinning club? No. I know the best. That's the secret. The person's idea this whole project was, right here, I like that. It's the mayor, no, not the mayor. The mayor. They made like headache. Oh, he said mayor. Mayor. I met Dean Mayor, only because he is married to Heather Nesbitt, the niece of my granddaughter. One day we were talking, and I said, he inherited his wife's stroke health. That's her extreme I said, I remember going out there with a kid. He said, it's rumored it's your granddaughter. I married, left some jewelry in the garden. Well, we look it up. We're not related, so he's a English. We're French. All right. Let's go, my dear. You're going to pick your horse. Then Dora and I are going for a ride. You want to take a picture? You got to share it? Oh, thank you. You want mine? Happy 4th. All right, you pick your horse. Walk around, pick the one you want.
Sandy, can you
You got to move, though.
Sit on the bench.
I think we want to sit on a horse, don't we?
Well, this is one has a puppy dog. This one has a nice puppy dog.
Yeah.
You're so sweet, Bruce. Thanks.
Yeah, that's me, real sweet.
Ah, sweetheart. That's what Maria tells me.
What does she know?
Hear the music.
We're waiting for you to sing, that's why.
Wayne came here twice and was nice enough to meet you. Gave me his number, but I left it in my room. I may have to go get it.
Oh, started pulling my pants down. It went right in my pocket.
You gotta give me a kiss. That's what we do when we ride the carousel. We do that every time we ride a carousel. Give a kiss when we go up and down. One kiss. I know she's shy. One kiss for me.
This is a famous celebrity back here from years ago.
Oh, really?
Local celebrity. Lendora, she had her own TV show on one of the Albany stations.
The original for that beautiful horse.
Is this your first celebrity?
No, we had a proposal a couple of nights ago.
And do you want a cookie?
How much are the cups of ice cream?
The small is $2 each, and the large is $4.
That's okay. Get her whatever she wants.
I'm gonna get you 2 small.
Okay.
So it equals the large, so you're getting a mixture. You know?
Yeah.
It's okay, whatever.
Well, Glendora, I don't want either of those.
Oh, you don't want? Okay,
No,
what do you want?
I want the mango sorbet.
Okay.
2 of them or just one?
Just one.
And they want small or large?
A small.
Hey, we want mango sorbet.
So you have to choose between a parking lot. There's no entrance fee or anything, but it looked like it would be for residents.
Burbank Park.
Burbank Park.
That's an old lake.
What's the name of the lake?
Onota. O-N-O-T-A.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's beautiful, clear water.
I'm trying to, yeah. And you know, there's a rabbi in town, he's 90 years old, and they had a party for him last night. So I once went to this rabbi, I said, why, we've been in Pittsfield for 60-something years. I said, why would you ever move to Pittsfield? He said, well, I'll tell you the truth, the reason I came to Pittsfield was for the trout fishing in Onota Lake. I used to fish, and it wasn't very deep, and I never...
See how many we had printed.
I sent you
Go throw this away.
She might not have been able to do this.
That book tells the stories of all the horses.
Yeah, with the pictures. It's scary.
It's $20 more.
Now, can I borrow some chairs for the parade tomorrow and bring them back? We're going to do that. I'll put some in the car before we go.
We're all trying to figure out, I think if we go by route of Holmes Road and down Henry Avenue and then to here tomorrow. Opens at noon. And I think the people from the parade are going to park here. So is it?
Oh, yeah, right.
So when they come back for
Can
their
you open
cars,
it to the chapter on the SS Glendora?
Oh, we usually watch the parade at Jim's, near Jim's department store. The restroom is marked to be there with his grandkids. So I brought a few chairs up there, a bunch of chairs up there. In the morning, I leave at 7:38, so the roads are open. They don't close the roads for 9.
Yeah, but we're not going to be here probably till 11.
Are you going to go to the parade?
No. There's enough of the parade. Peter Marchetti donated another popcorn machine to us.
You did a lot. You accomplished a lot in a year.
Is that right?
I don't know if he called my house up and said, I have a popcorn machine, I'm going to give it to you.
Michael said that he didn't believe in this thing. Hasn't shown up.
He called my house.
So I think we ought to just approach the bank and see about the popcorn
Well,
machine through
actually, I'm going
Rudy
to
Sacco.
approach Jay Anderson,
Oh.
not Peter Marchetti.
Well, does Marchetti now work for the Berkshire Bank? They
No.
bought this? No. What's he work for?
He works for co-op.
So, who's the person to talk to about the pumpkin race?
Oh, there's Sandy.
Lori Gazillo, who is our favorite person.
Well, Bob Wells wanted us to have it, remember?
But,
Maggie wants it. Come on, I don't know. It's up to you.
I mean, I think it'll be great.
Spaceship
I think the
Captain
person to talk
spreads
to is
happiness.
Lori. She was here for the opening. She's the one that supported us with the...
That's good. Turn the page.
Well,
Oh, gee, wow.
On the 4th of July, I'm not using goodwill. Is that right?
Wow.
And of course,
These are the this is when I came and come to see the little children.
Yeah, you're surrounded by children in these pictures.
Yeah, I came especially to see them, honey.
1956. When
That's
Dora
right.
visits the common playground in 1956.
That's right, Sandy.
she's actually going to make a whole line of horses stuff for us. And painted, she bought the coloring book.
I got some more
Isn't that
people
nice?
with the names on.
Yeah.
One of them, his name is Al Maynard or something. Works for
The
John.
print is nice and big.
He's an engineer.
The print is nice and big, Sandy.
He says, you need an engineer.
It's good.
I said, yeah, we don't have more than 5 or 6 of them.
We have a lot of engineers.
I know. So I didn't realize Pete, the volunteer, lives in Florida, Ocala, Florida.
My
I
goodness.
was talking to his
Yeah.
wife, and I think they come up for the summer. I guess.
That's the
Glendora and her
picture.
picture party show.
That started in
Fairdale Farms.
Yep.
Certified milk.
Yeah, because I left
Gee,
my
that's
name
well
up here.
arranged, isn't
You
it?
could talk a long time
That's
to my
great,
mom
yeah.
With the pictures.
about the popcorn machine. Yeah.
Interesting. His dad is in my class. Here comes Mr. Collins. The guy wants to see him, Wayne Collins. That's Wayne.
Coming towards you in
Wayne
a blue
Collins.
blazer.
He's here?
See him
Look.
come right here.
Over here, Glendora.
Where is he?
Hey, Wayne! This way, under the tent.
Oh, a choo-choo.
Little one. I put all the important people here.
This is very nice.
The whole story about her in there. My picture's in there too. Did you see me doing the ice cream thing?
No, I want to see it.
Let me tell you.
Well,
I
Wayne,
just,
thank you. I'm so sorry not calling you.
Oh, well, I got the message yesterday, and I had called, and I thought, well, maybe her plans changed, and she came down here, so I came down yesterday morning, thinking you might be here then. And when I got home, the message was on.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That skinny young guy was me.
Oh, nice.
He
Yeah.
drove ice cream truck. There's going to be
Yeah.
a story in Thursday's paper about the ice cream trucks.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember those?
Yes, there was,
Yeah.
there was skulls, and then
And we're going to restore.
Oh my goodness! It is in my good looks, right?
Filled as well?
yes, I'm
Yeah.
native of PITTSFIE.
Yeah.
And he watched the SS Glendora, and he sent me a Christmas card.
Birthday card.
Wasn't it it was
Birthday card.
Oh, birthday card. He looked me up and found out when my birthday
Oh,
was.
that's so nice.
Well, it was mentioned on the program.
Yeah,
You would have celebrated your birthday on May 1st.
that's right.
And that was easy for me to remember because my favorite cousin had her birthday on May 1st. That song, and I know that. But I checked, and in the database they have well over 2,000 Ray Stanleys listed, so
Oh.
I can't tell.
Really?
Yes. And
Really?
I don't even know if that
Oh,
was
that's
his real
surprising.
name. The one who probably could have told you was Harry Como. Harry Como might have been able to give you some information on that. And I've checked that name on the internet, but it's all very vague.
Jackie, when were you born? What year?
1945.
47.
Five.
And that was in West Haven?
Connecticut.
They had Channel 8 that came from New Haven.
That's right. That's right.
But this whole concept of live television in the 1950s, there wasn't any film, there wasn't any networks, so all the stations had to originate their own programming. And it was all back to back. And you had 1 minute between one show and the next show to get your cameras around to the next
and stuff.
And it wasn't on 24 hours a day either.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, no?
And nobody ever made even a kinescope of any episode?
Oh, but it was lovely.
And when they would sign off at night, you'd hear the, what was it, the national anthem, or God, so what patriotic song, and then you just get static.
Yeah, then it kind of like...
So Glendora, did you
Shrink
take
out.
videos of the horses going around?
What, darling?
Did you take a video of the horses going around?
No, the man took my camera, and he took it. The man-
Glendora was clinging to the horse for dear life.
Well, the thing was, I got the leg over, but I couldn't get it back
Couldn't get
again.
it back off. It's tricky. Well, we actually have a, like a rocker that's on the same kind of a pole as the horses. So if somebody really doesn't think they can do it, they can get that same motion, but not have to worry about getting your
Yeah, Sandy wanted us to sit on the bench,
Yes,
but Wayne wanted us.
Not
But
Wayne.
Jim
I
wanted
forced her to
Jim
get on
was
a
quite
horse and hurt your
insistent.
legs.
Yeah, Jim.
No.
I asked her to give me a kiss on there too, like we do. Would you like some popcorn on that? I'll get you some real popcorn.
I'll finish your popcorn.
I gotta sign her books too for her. Would you want some popcorn?
Glendora would like some.
Hey, would you like some popcorn too?
No, you eat it and then get me a new bag. You can get me a new bag.
I don't want your old stuff.
Now that was a 15-minute show, and she did commercials during that 15
During that
minutes
time,
too. And there was one night they were advertising sneakers. I don't remember if they were Keds or the other brand, but there were the sneakers tied to the bunting on the ship. And she said to one of the boys, "You spoiled our bunting. Look at what you did tying those sneakers on there." And that's how she modulated into the advertisement, which was very clever.
And this is
I told Wayne this one sponsor was Junior Bootery in Schenectady. They sold children's shoes. And he said all the time, the owner said all the time Glendora's doing my commercial, I want her to be eating one of my lollipops. I'm giving away free lollipops. And so I was, here honey, hold this. I need my hands to tell you this. So I had the lavalier microphone because I was interviewing the children. And I had the lollipop. And a kid was just about ready to knock over the whole flat.
Right.
And so I gave him the evil eye. And then I put the microphone in my mouth instead of the lollipop.
That probably sounded pretty interesting on the air.
It certainly did. I had a gold plate. And when that metal hit.
Oh my goodness.
It's a wonder it
Then
didn't
tell
break.
them, you had another one you told. What was that?
Yeah, was it the last episode? She had a treasure chest, and they didn't have enough time to have everybody on the show who had written in, so she had all these letters in a big treasure chest. And she said, "I know it isn't the same, you couldn't be on television, and we're not going to be on much longer, so I'm going to send you a bag of goodies." So they all got something. She said, "I know it
Yeah, I
can't
felt
make up
sorry
for
for them because they
Yes.
wrote in to be on the show. That's how we would do it. each day we'd pick out the names for the next week.
Ah.
And these poor little kids didn't make it.
I felt sorry for you when the show went off because I can clearly remember my mother reading the article to me from the paper saying that certain shows were going off at that time. And it said a survey was taken, and the survey showed that people would rather watch filmed content than live content at that time. And I thought, well, what they showed were old movies, and I thought, well, they didn't consult the kids as to what they wanted.
All right, we have choices. We have Cinnamon Crunch, Apple Harvest Caramel Corn, and Cheese Crunch. We can open all of them, but you got to eat it. You can't just leave it here. So pick any of these good. This is caramel apple.
They didn't have any regular
This is
left.
cheese, and this is cinnamon. Cinnamon is good. I just tasted it.
I guess the cinnamon. Honey.
You guess?
I guess, yeah.
Well, we're gonna have all of them, but you got to eat some of it. Which one did you want? Do you care?
I don't care.
What? You want caramel or you want cheese? All right, and I'll open this and I'll share it.
And I had a tie.
Sandy and Wayne will help me.
Yes, and every night you'd cut off a section. Oh, thank you. Every night you'd cut off a section if they answered the
well, if they
question
did, the kids
correctly.
did something good, I'd cut off a piece of my tie. Now, I never
Cut off
thought.
a piece of your tie?
Yeah, and give it
Why
to the
would you-
kids. I don't know, but they thought that was so funny. And they would laugh
It is
and laugh
funny.
and laugh. And I never saw anything funny about it.
No, I just thought it was like a reward you were giving.
Want to taste this one too? See which one you like better?
Is that cheese?
Nope. This is the
Apple caramel?
caramel apple. All right, I'll try this one. Oops. We didn't open the cheese yet.
No, I won't be eating the cheese.
Right.
The cheese one will get your hands on
We
first.
didn't open that one yet.
And I remember the very last episode, and I could tell you felt badly that the show was going off, and I did too. And she was portraying a character, not herself, and leading some kind of meeting, and she had a gavel and was banging it on a table or a podium. And she had a lorgnette, and she put it on the table, and she got so wild with it that she smashed the lorgnette with the gavel. And then at the very end, she said, now we'll be sailing out from this port.
Yeah.
And there's no
I would
port.
write a personal
She
note,
said, we'll be
but
going to another port, but there's no port like the first one.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you remember saying that?
Let's find out, and I can write a personal.
No, I don't remember any of the things you said.
Glendora, dear, you're going to give some of these, I assume, as gifts. Do you want one to sign just to you? I've signed all of them. Do you want me one to sign one with it?
Yes, please.
Put a note on one of them for you?
Yes, please. Jackie, are you worn out?
We got one more day.
Can't be yet. We have another day. So I can't be, I know, people would say, no, I got another day.
And, oh, no, thank you.
Try this one. So because the shows were live, there's no film record or anything of them.
Well, there was no
They
video.
weren't.
Want some of this one too?
What is that one,
That's the
honey?
cinnamon.
Okay, here.
Okay, we'll
So
trade.
they didn't even make a scope at any time?
Boston did, but not, WRTB didn't.
Oh.
And in retrospect, since WGY was such an advanced radio station, I should have asked those engineers to at least audio tape it. And we would have had an audio record, which would not have been great.
And, oh, no more.
Would have
thank
been
you.
fun though, to hear.
And every other night she'd open, she had this backdrop, and it was the ocean, and there was a little boat in the middle that said SS Glendora, and somebody would move the boat back and forth. It would rock back and forth, and in the background they'd be playing the sailor's hornpipe.
And you want to know, oh, you wouldn't know, but I'll tell you again, who made that set and made it so look like exactly like a ship was Jim Fisk.
Freddie Fryupper Show.
He was a great artist, Jim.
He went into the map business after he left.
Yeah, and he's died.
Yes.
Is Ernie
Son runs the
Tatro
business. Ernie Tatros.
Is Ernie Tatro still alive?
He was. I haven't heard anything lately, but I'm in Ohio. But Howard Tupper is gone, and so is Earl Pudney. Earl Pudney, remember Earl Pudney?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
And I also remember Gary Stevens in the After
yes.
6-7.
I do remember Gary Stevens.
But I can only, these
How
are the
about
ones.
Teenage Barn?
Yes.
One of my classmates was on Teenage Barn, popular. Jay and his pal, Jay LaFlante.
What did he do,
yes.
dear?
And Jay played guitar and drums, and Jay became a vice president of Sirius Radio. And you know how he saved them from going under? He told us this, Jackie. He brought Howard Stern of Loudmouth onto that program and saved Sirius Radio.
Really?
He left it, now he does production himself. He's married and has a teenage kid, second marriage, down in Florida. He and I went down to, and Jackie, went down to see our music teacher from Pittsville High School. 96 years old, Morton Wayne. Remember Morton Wayne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? You remember?
Yes, I was in the band.
Yeah. So Morton passed away 6 weeks later. We're going to try to bring him up to my 50th reunion. He didn't quite make it. But we had a nice get-together.
How did your meeting go with your classmates?
45 of them.
Really? Why, that's spectacular.
Good. And they, you know, it's so funny. They all live in Pittsfield. Class of 1962. Next year's our 55th anniversary reunion. And they said, we should do this more often. And I said, I live in Ohio. And most of you live in this area. Why don't you do, oh, it takes so much planning. Well, I got to tell you, it was hard doing something. It wasn't hard calling up a restaurant and saying, make room for 45 people. That was easy, except for checks. It wasn't too hard to take my email list and write everybody and say, let me know if you're coming. What was hard was doing the name tags, because people kept changing their names on me. Oh, I'm no longer Willie, I'm now Will. I spell Judy now with an I. So I said, that's hard work changing name tags.
What we did for one was to take the pictures from the yearbook.
We did that too.
Yeah.
Yep. In fact, in between these two books that I wrote another book. It took me a year. And the book was not a hardcover book, it was a disc. I did a yearbook for my 50th reunion. And in that, and this was the hardest part, because it meant calling classmates, and I had people help me. We got over 250 classmates. We put their high school picture and what they look like now. And then told the story of what they did since high school. Isn't that neat? So you'd have people and their names and what they did. And it had, I think, 16 chapters. I had a chapter with just everybody's address. It had an organized alphabetical. Another chapter by city, state, city, where they live. That's the Belfast there. I had high school yearbooks, junior high school yearbooks, grade schools, pictures of all the grade schools and stories of them. And I went back through the newspaper archives and did articles on as many classmates as I could. Athletes, sports, all the way back to their
That's really ambitious.
Yeah. I spent a year doing that. It was a year, and I made a video of it that's on the internet.
Where?
It's
What
on the
address?
internet. I can send it to
What
you.
address?
It's through YouTube or one of those things. I'll have to send it to you.
What? Well, how do you get to it?
Well, you give me an address to send it to. Do you have an email, Sandy?
Yes, Glendora has an email as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I must have your email.
Or chat with Glendora at gmail.com.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You better write it down so I'm sure I remember. That's the only remember thing.
Isn't it wonderful to write those books?
Yeah. 3? 3 books? Wow.
I've done 4 books.
4 books.
If you count the high school one. That was the hardest.
Did you ever think you wanted to write down things?
Well, I do quite a bit of writing, but not books, you know.
Glendora, did you say it's chat or a chat?
A chat.
That's what I thought, the word a. I didn't think you put the A in there.
Tell us what we're going to do about the TV station, honey. We want our show here.
Well, what I did was Kat Gormley, who was on the board, was here the other day, and I started talking to her, and I said, you got to get this lady on the show. And so Maria really knows the guy. So what we got to do is talk to him. He and his wife are volunteers.
Well, I'm going to give you.
Him. And so let me push it after this is all done, all the opening and whatever.
All right.
I'll do it.
Where is my briefcase, honey? In the
It's in the car. You want me to get it?
Yeah, I have
Here.
4 shows.
get
I'm
their
going
candy?
to give it. Okay, I have 4 shows.
I got to get 8 chairs. 8 or
I'll
10
get it.
chairs. How many kids are going?
Can you hold those, Wayne?
Oh, certainly.
Marty's
I'll just put these in the car.
Yeah, please.
Come back with the briefcase.
Thank you, Sandy.
Kids meeting Elisa.
Yeah.
She thinks they're.
I'll take care of that.
I'll just bring it with me. Well, actually, I don't need to bring it. I'll just bring the keys.
How was the wedding?
It was actually a birthday party. So it was our in Colorado, was our what are you talking about then? What wedding?
Just got the word from the wife.
What wedding?
She says.
No, that's the thing I meant to say, the birthday party.
The birthday party. He was so surprised. Jim, why don't we just take it to the car? Oh, okay.
Nobody's coming in. There's for all this work. I think we're gonna have about 10 more. Oh, that's good. That'll really be right there.
I think it's so nice you have this place in the shape.
You know you're gonna get there 4
Oh,
o'clock
yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
Watch the parade with you.
Because yesterday it was cold here. But today when the sun is out, and they'll get some more umbrellas or some more.
Where's my soda? Oh, there it is. I'm so thirsty. Talking all day. So we have Roy and Sandy.
I told Elisa that I would call her and let her know where we were going.
Right. So Lisa and the 2 kids, Roy and Sandy.
Oh, for the parade?
Talking about the parade.
Right.
That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, Harriet 8.
Then you've
Who
got
else is
Margie and
coming?
Frank.
Margie and Frank, 9, 10.
And
All right, we got 4 here.
they're not going to be able to fit all of them.
10. That fit in the trunk.
Jim, you mentioned something yesterday about Dennis Ducharme from my class committee.
Yeah.
He runs a production company.
He does. We went and visited him.
Yes, how did that come out?
How did it go?
Yeah.
It's a funny story, but he contacted me. I didn't know who he was, and he wanted to have pictures. And I said, I can't send you pictures because I'm writing a book. That was before the first book. And a lot of the people said they sent them to me for the book. So I don't want them published before they go in the book. He said, no problem, okay. I bump into Pete Karpensky in the coin shop. He says, we had our big committee meeting, 25 people. He said, we heard that you wouldn't help us. And I went, oh.
No, I had a mohawk on Friday.
So I called up Dennis and I said, I so apologize. I'll be glad to help you with the stuff. I didn't know who you were and all this stuff. He said, no problem. So I said, I'm going to come and visit you. So we were in Connecticut and we drove to his studio and I went in and talked to him and met him and said, anytime you want anything, let me know. But he has everything. He does. That's his job.
Oh, yes.
My video is nothing compared to this.
Well, he made 2 videos for our class of youth.
Oh. That's great.
Yeah. I'm on the committee too for the high school radio.
Then he goes and marries a gal down the street from me that he used to go to school with. Who we used to date in high
Oh,
school.
Miss Silverman. Yeah.
Laney. And she turns out to be a
I'm done.
psychologist.
Thank you.
Running to be on the psychology board, and I wrote her and I said, Laney, I just voted for you. I'm retired, retired life member. So she just wrote me a thank you. We know where's Laney going over.
So how many people you think had rides? 3,000?
I can tell you in a minute.
There was no way of keeping a count.
They
huh?
do. They have a count.
I want to find out myself.
Yeah.
So 40, 45 people.
Well, the great part about it is that when people ride, they don't just ride once, they ride.
They ride, you're right. Right, and so
That's
that's how many rides there
Yeah.
were, right?
Yep.
That they ride more than once.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Your
my
kids, right? There was like, right? It's more than one.
My son gets off and wants to go right back on.
It's just
He loves horses. They both do.
So did they ride real horses? That's hard. So they can ride these horses.
Yeah, and I would love to maybe,
That's your writing now.
maybe next year, get signed up for something. I'm paying off some debts right now, so I can get a mortgage.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I want to buy a house.
Nice.
I have to get
How
some
did you
things paid off.
settle it?
Well,
Are
our
you going to
sister-in-law's a
continue doing
realtor.
your time with
You
Ginny
need a
Palmer?
realtor.
No, I'm not going to. I dropped it at exactly 6 months. I did it because of this. I had to stop and look and think how much good it was doing the world. It was doing me good and it was doing Ginny good, but what's doing the world any good?
Well, you never know. You never know.
No. And, but I do have a feeling that the God time is doing people good. Because we got
So So Sandy, how long did it take you guys
Carrie
to get
found
here?
us an email, somebody
Takes about
said,
half an hour
That's
from
not-
Nassau,
wasn't
yeah.
bad at all.
said that,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
mean, we've
it's a
done it,
beautiful
but
drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And then a
it's
day like
lovely.
today, it
I
was
wrote
gorgeous.
back to them
Yes.
and I said, this is
Now,
what
did you
my
get much
friends and I were
rain,
wondering.
like on Friday? Did
Yes,
that-
Oh,
They were
yeah, we
doing
did.
something
It was
good.
really
There's no point in
Quite a
continuing
storm.
with it.
quite a
We
storm.
were very lucky here
But I
because
kind
it
of
just
think it
mostly
is,
rained after
because
this
the
was all
return
over
on
and
Facebook is like 90
so we were
people
just,
see the
I mean, we
show,
kept watching the predictions going,
and
oh my goodness. But
80 people see
but we were
the
lucky and it
video.
was okay.
On YouTube, of course, it's an older
Do you have an email? I was going to forward a picture of Glendora
All right.
to you. I'll show you, and you can put it in.
Okay.
I have to find it first, but it's a lovely
That's a
picture.
nice figure.
I just gave some
if I can
ladies
find it.
birthday gifts. I gave them rides in the
Here,
carousel.
Here we
So
go.
I'm,
Give these to Norm.
Isn't that a nice
I give these to
Oh, that's lovely.
this is for what?
Those are
So I-
pills.
I can send it. Let me get it so that you can just type your
I
email in,
Can't fit in that little computer.
and we can send it. Oopsie.
That is
Give those
great.
to Gormley. Bill.
Oh, to Gormley, yeah. I'm gonna have Maria do that. Okay.
If they give you a good time slot on that,
Let's talk to Jack Gormley on that.
not late at night.
Put it in there, sure.
Put your hat over
Well,
there.
put your email there, and then
We have different time slots.
Oh, just take one of these there too, the older ones.
Yeah.
Not
But
the
they keep
Massachusetts.
showing the same show too often.
Glendora Penny.
What dear?
They show the same things too often.
Yes, that's right, but they don't have enough programs.
Yes.
It's a big responsibility to fill up a TV.
Some lady was reading the newspaper article. She says, your picture's here.
But
Your
when
Jim, I
you
want to
said
talk to
you
you about
wondered
your
if it's doing
ideas.
any good, I don't know if I
That's my
mentioned
mother's
this on my
birthday, and I
text.
said, well,
For
as a
11
token, I
years,
want her to
I
have a
was a Sunday
ride.
school teacher.
And hers was the
That
other
was
day,
when
so
I
you
was in
both
the
brought
Baptist
me.
church where I
Oh,
grew
You
up.
don't have to do that, and I said,
And I
I
taught
know, but I
mostly
want to.
7th grade, 7th and 8th.
I bought a bunch of
And
tokens
a
today.
few years ago, not
This
too many
weekend is
years ago,
costing me
maybe
more money
4
than
or
building
5,
the carousel, I
I
think.
one of my students had passed away. And
We have a
those horses are just so beautiful.
Okay, now these guys
Yeah.
are in there carving.
She was in the best class.
We have a
Really?
So I
fund
went to the
for
funeral home.
indigent children.
Did that
Said
work?
to me, she was
A
quite
fund for
touched that I
indigent
came.
children.
She said,
Children
"You
called-
make a
Sent you this
difference in my
picture of
life."
Glendora.
that's
Isn't that a beautiful
Field,
picture?
I wondered if I ever reached.
We have a fund for poor kids that can't
I know
afford riding. That
I
it's
know how
called
she
Wardy's
feels, because
Kids.
when I was
It's in memory of a guy that
an English teacher, they
the
turned me around
boyfriend of
freeway.
somebody
I was going
that sponsored
I know
horses.
exactly how
She inherited his pontoon boat, sold his boat, and set up this fund. She bought
said, if
tokens
I ever
for these
get
kids.
back out here,
So
I'm
it's
gonna look
distributed
you
through
up.
the school
She
system.
said, if I
The
ever
school
get
teacher,
back here, I'm
the
gonna look
school
you
can
up.
know who needs it or not.
Yeah.
It's a neat program. They're not usable this weekend, but any other time. All right. So I have not got a picture of Wayne with Glendora, and I am sure he would love one of those.
Sure he would.
I
So
know
would
he
Glenn.
Put
So
that
would
cat-
You have an email, I'll send you
All
a
right.
picture
I
of
do.
Glendora.
I don't have
this nice,
Oh, yes.
if
You
I,
have to get a little closer though, my friend.
How's that?
Well, you can go steady. You gotta both smile though. Oh, that is so
That's
nice.
nice.
All right, that'll be $5.
I don't have any change.
Oh,
if you
that's all right, I
type your
don't-
email in there where it says to, then we can send you
I
that
don't have one
picture.
with Sandy in the picture. Sandy. I just said picture. There you go. Can you remember her name? Sandy, next to
What's that? Glendora keeps up with all the technology. Yeah.
It's
Very good.
it's
So
a,
these ladies are gonna come and join us here. I
no,
don't remember their names.
stay where you are. I got something to tell you.
No, they're gonna come and join us.
These are the birthday
You
winners?
guys coming over here, birthday girls? All right.
I
don't know
probably
their
shouldn't be
names.
monopolizing any more of your time.
I'm gonna get the car, so you may
We're
introduce-
happy.
No, stay here. I got something to tell
I'm
you.
just gonna get the car so we
We'll
can
be
get
right
the
back.
chairs. So they
Stay
don't-
right here.
Wait.
Right here.
I think
I help you
Glendora's
get
very
some-
happy.
No, I'm gonna get the car.
I
Bring it over
probably
here.
shouldn't even be staying this long to intrude like this if you're going to be having these
Who am
people.
I intruding on? I just
We
met
don't even
Sandy.
know these people. We just met them.
Oh, okay.
And they're having birthdays. Who's got the birthday?
Birthdays.
My mother's birthday's today. My
Come on,
birthday
Mom.
was the day you opened.
Oh, happy
on.
birthday.
We're going around the circle and introduce everybody. It's just like in school.
Have a seat.
Are we having a meeting?
We are
We're
having a
having a
meeting.
meeting.
Right.
Minimum donation is $25,000, but that's okay. Come sit down. Wait,
Watch
sit
out
down.
for these
Sit
meetings.
down. Have a seat.
Okay, now you ready to listen?
We got to introduce everybody.
Gotta wait a minute. All right.
All right, I'm Jim Shulman, married to the smartest person in the world.
I second that.
If she was really smart, she might not have married me. But
I'm Jackie Shulman. We live in Columbus, Ohio, and we've been involved with this carousel.
Involved, a little more
Right,
than
a
involved.
little involved. And you are?
My name's Laura Vankin. I'm from Williamstown. I live in New York City now.
Ah, and you came in.
and you have a Massachusetts map on your neck, don't you not? Is that what
Yes,
that
this
is?
was a birthday gift from my mom.
So
So that I wouldn't forget where you came from.
Well, you want to know something? That really is what happened with the carousel. That we were at Williamstown, and at our nephew's, he graduated,
Oh, and the whole star.
and the speaker was Christopher Reeves.
Oh.
And the message many years ago, we remembered him saying is you're all going to be successful and whatever, but don't forget where you came from. And he never forgot where he came from. So
Christopher or me?
Both of you.
I'm Wayne Collins. I'm from Pittsfield, and I used to watch the SS Glendora program back in 1955 and 56.
And guess who that is?
The SS Glendora. This is my friend Sandy, and she's a teacher at Montessori School in East Green Bush. And she brought me over today. And I have her to thank for it, so I could see Wayne and Jackie and Jim, and now meet you two.
And you got to
All right.
ride
Yeah, I got the
carousel,
ride.
and Jim.
Oh, I hurt your legs.
and
Did I
Jim-
hurt you getting on there?
Yeah, and
Are you okay?
And Jim made her get on a horse.
She says, I will sit on the bench. I said, no, you can get on there. Getting on wasn't as bad as getting
Getting
off.
off was a little tricky.
And you are?
I'm Sandy.
I'm Sandy.
Sandy,
Yes.
hi.
I'm Jean Vankin from Williamstown. We
Jean?
lived there since 1962. My husband was a professor,
Uh-huh.
but he's passed away. And I would take Laura, when Laura would come visit me, we'd go down to the mall, and she just fell in love with the horses. That they
We watched them
Yeah,
build
so
them.
we'd
Watch
have to
them
go
build
in,
them.
She'd want to know when they would be done, so forth. So when I saw the advertisements in the paper, I put them in her room, so when she arrived, she could see them. The carousel was
And it's opened on your birthday, so
It
it
opened
was
on my
it was
birthday.
that
She,
was the
she,
other
said,
key
she
piece.
was saying, oh, she got in too late, you know.
Yes, I didn't get to get on my
Oh.
birthday because I live in the city and I had to work, so I didn't get here till 9.
Work just gets in the way with. Actually, there was a beautiful opening ceremony. They just did.
They had horses and they had
Real horses?
Eagles
Real
band,
horses.
Oh, wow.
the original Eagles band.
The real horses
But-
came. Yeah.
I have to be polite and give Glendora her chance. I asked
Yes,
her to
you
hold
do.
off.
You were
She
telling
told
us
me not to go away.
It was the first day of classes, and the professor came swaggering into the classroom, and he says, if there's any dumbbells in this room, I want you to stand up immediately. And a long time went by. And in the back row, a little lone freshman stood up, and the professor bellowed, are you a dumbbell? And the little freshman says, well, no, but I felt sorry for you standing up there all by yourself.
This lady, she has a joke every day.
If you call Glendora on the phone and you talk to her, she will end it with a joke.
That's
If you
awesome.
call Glendora and she's not home, you get a joke on her answering machine. Every day, it's a different joke.
Oh, that's great. We have, in my exercise class, we have one lady, and they'll say, and what's your joke for today? She always has a joke.
Good. Can you remember any of them?
So in the books I wrote about
Not as
growing
good as
up,
yours.
the books I wrote about growing up in the Berkshires, they have in the bookstore there. There's a whole chapter on Glendora.
On Glendora.
Because I remember her as a child on TV, but what was more interesting to me was I was going through old pictures. The guy who was the photographer for the Eagle for 50 years, William
Travel?
Tague was his name.
Oh, William
Tague.
Take.
He lived in Lanesboro, on the way up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
mountain. To our very last house on the way up to the mountain. Passed away years
Yeah.
ago. But
Yeah, I
his
know.
widow, Irene, who's in a nursing home now, I
Oh.
became good friends with her in the last 10
Yeah,
years.
she had all his pictures.
Yes.
She did.
Yes.
She sold a lot of them in books and stuff, but she let me go through her archives, her basement's filled with all these negatives, and they're all in order by name. And I found a negative of the common playground, Pittsfield. And I'm looking in that picture, and there's a lady there. It looks familiar, and she has all these kids around her. And I said, I don't even know who that lady is. Let's find her. So I got in touch with her, and she got her start in Pittsfield. I didn't realize that. I saw her in WRGB Schenectady with Channel 4, and then it became 6.
That's
She told me
right.
the whole story, and I wrote it in the book.
Yes.
And the pictures.
You folks would like that. You would like that book. It's over in the gift shop.
Check it out for sure.
I just bought 6 of them.
Oh, probably I read it. but
You'll
I
read
read
it
a lot of columns.
It's Thursday. Thursday's column will be about the popsicle trucks as a kid.
Awesome. So what made you to leave the Berkshires for Ohio?
Oh, you don't want to hear that story. No one's met a
I'm,
guy from
I'm
Hawaii.
actually from Connecticut.
Okay.
So I.
It's still New England.
It's New England.
To Ohio. To the Midwest.
To the Midwest.
Well, I taught school in Pittsfield about a year, and I decided that wasn't for me, and I went out to Montana and went to graduate school in Montana. I loved it. We went out to California for a couple of years, interning out there in psychology, and we took a job in Bowling Green, Ohio. God only knows why. I'll give you an idea about Bowling Green. I had bought, Jackie thought I hated her, I bought a stick shift Volkswagen Beetle. She didn't drive stick shift. And we were living near San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
We get to Bowling Green, and she self-taught herself to drive the car. The highest hill in the town was in a cemetery, and she said, I don't like cemeteries.
But I
she
had to
taught
go so I
herself
could
to
practice
drive.
stopping on a hill.
Yep. And so we were in Bowling Green a year, and we said, enough with Bowling Green. I went to work for the state of Ohio. For 6 years, I was in the mental health department. I directed drug abuse treatment for the state, and training and education. I had a lot of different jobs, moved up quickly. I was young. And we left and opened up a private practice because I was licensed in Ohio. And that practice grew into a business, and we sold it to a hospital, and I became a hospital vice president.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but my mind was, long hair, ponytails, rock and roll, tiger.
And you haven't grown out of that.
No.
Well, in the state, I had short hair and wore jackets and ties. I didn't look quite as dapper as
So you've grown back into it.
You always have to play a part when you're at a job.
Well, what happened was, 18 years ago, I said, time to retire. And they said, you're too young to retire. I was 53, I think it was. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I have a cup of coffee every morning. And I think I'll just sit and let my hair grow. So April.
That was our retirement.
So in April of that year was my last haircut. It's fallen out since a lot. And 1998, we went to our nephew graduated Williams College. Jackie said it was 1998. And Christopher Reeve gave this wonderful talk about how important your base is. And he talked about the base, being the support. And I grew up in Pittsfield, like all the people post-World War II. Our parents went through the Depression. They were poor, but they didn't know they were poor. They worked hard. They worked hard to make a living and give their kids what they didn't have. But what they gave us was this community. 21 playgrounds, parades, junior drum and bugle corps. You remember a lot of it. You're younger than me, but you remember a lot of it. You walked anywhere in the city. If you had a bicycle, you biked anywhere. You never locked your door. It was a great place to grow up.
We used to keep the key under the mat.
Yeah. Delivered milk and everything. It was a wonderful place. Last 35 years, as we come back to visit, we saw the downtown deteriorate. We saw GE, pollution, PCBs, a mound of dirt in Pittsfield filled with chemicals. Big mound of dirt. I can't believe they leave it there. And it's there. Hill what? Hill what? They have a number
78.
Hill 78. Imagine, they name it Hill 78. It's a pile of dirt with PCBs and stuff in it,
That's
right?
so
Yes.
upsetting.
Yep.
And
And the
that's
lakes get polluted.
Did they dig it up from somewhere?
Yes.
Well, what the
Yeah.
GE did, they were very nice to people. They gave them dirt to put in their gardens and backfill and around schools
Oh, and
and
it was
playgrounds.
Oh, no, really?
Oh yeah, the rivers, they've been spending $50 million or more already trying to clean out 5 miles of or whatever, the rivers. And they still won't clean it all, and then it's a mess. So all I heard was this community will never be the same. They opened up a drug rehab program, and they brought in tons of drug addicts from New York City. 30 days, they let them go, moved in the neighborhood, started dealing drugs.
Yeah.
Built
Big
a bigger
drug
jail,
problem here, yeah.
bigger jail, and on and on. And all I heard was how bad this was. It will never improve. It will never be the same. It's awful, awful, awful. So I said, my base, my community was Pittsfield. And it's sad to hear about. We got to do something for this community. So I said, let's open up a museum here just for collections. I collect everything. I'm a hoarder of pack rat. I have the city's first fire truck. I have a 1937 bus that needs to be restored. The city's original deed from 1737. 100 newspapers. 7 boxes full of bottles, milk bottles, beer bottles, soda bottle. Jackie says, "Oh my God, get it out of our basement." So I came to town. I said, "I want to do this kind of museum," and people looked at me. A museum. Who goes to history museums?
Oh, I think it would have been interesting. I love history.
So Jack and I were visiting, and we were in Connecticut. She's from Connecticut. We stopped at the Bristol, Connecticut has the New England Carousel Museum. Well, I don't know anything about carousels. Let's go see it anyway. And we really
But
liked
I knew about carousels.
She grew up near an amusement
I
park.
grew up near an amusement
So Jackie then, we're sitting there looking at a magazine or whatever, and she comes up with the wonderful idea. She says, "Why don't you go back to your hometown and build a carousel?" So I said, "How do you do that?"
But wait, but what I had said is, what if? I said, when you say museum, people think, okay, they might go once, maybe twice, and that'll be it. And as far as with kids, if it's not interactive or whatever, that doesn't work. So I said, what if?
No, they had it. You had it.
Because Pittsfield.
You like cinnamon?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Because Pittsfield wanted to redevelop itself as an art community. And this is certainly a work of
Piece
art.
of art, absolutely.
So I said, what if we built it and we can have little kiosks? And I think you may have remembered in the mall, there were
Wonderful.
all those cabinets.
Wonderful,
that were
wonderful.
Filled with his collection.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
Those
neat.
were
Wow,
his.
I loved going in there and looking at all that.
Those were his collections.
Oh, wow.
And so what it was is, and so that's that. Now, this building is not big enough to hold. We have the collections back home again in our basement because it didn't pay to store them when we left them home.
Right.
So the goal is, this is the phase 1 of this area. Then we'll have phase 2, which will have like a party room.
Right here, though.
Right here.
Boys are going around.
There'll be some wings.
So did
going
you
around.
guys
Why is
personally
it?
have to buy this property from the city?
People
So
still
own
there?
People are still riding.
We
Yeah.
bought it from from CVS.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Kids
this
get
property,
on.
the city tried to put a baseball stadium on this big plot of land all the way down
You were
here.
probably here long enough to know
2
that they
acres.
wanted to move
They wanted to put a
the baseball team.
minor league baseball team.
Right.
And the city passed that without asking the voters. So a citizen group got together and they opposed it.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
So they still have the baseball stadium where it
The
was?
Wacona. The
The
city
Wacona
people
floods and stuff, so they want
But
to
that
move it
baseball
more.
stadium has history because it's
Right.
believed that Pittsfield actually had the first baseball game here
Yep.
on the park.
Yep.
And that was the first collegiate baseball game ever held was at Wacona Stadium.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear about
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
So CVS bought the property, this lot and this lot. And I spent, and my brother-in-law, when we decided to do this project 11 years ago, I spent over a year studying properties in the city for a carousel. And this was the only available property in the downtown area available. And we had to fight somebody to get it. Jack and I bought this property at much too much money. Even we had to test it, and there's peat moss underneath it. We knew because we had it chemically tasted.
So
Peat
it's
moss.
soft ground.
Soft moss.
Peat moss.
What we didn't
No,
know-
it's not polluted. It's just peat moss.
No, and we had to test it for
Right,
gasoline
yeah.
and PCBs. What we didn't know was that below the peat moss, there's a lake somewhere down there.
Oh, wow.
Found that when they were building.
And we
it.
started building
Throw it
this.
away one day.
We started building this, we had to go down 20, I think it's 25, 29 feet. We made these pillars. There are 19 pillars under there, cement, that go down to rock.
To support it.
Because that carousel, when it's fully loaded, weighs 35,000 pounds. And there was a car dealer here years ago. It was sinking. If you look in this parking lot down there, you will see part of the parking lot sinking. They have it roped off or whatever.
Wow.
I wonder if that's where I'm parked.
If your car goes down a sinkhole, I'll give you a ride home.
All right, thanks.
Below the lake.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
This
amazing.
is a great story.
Right.
Yep.
That's
So
great.
we sat on this property, but we needed money. Jack and I helped finance the entire, through loans and gifts, and the entire building of the carousel. We didn't take any money from the city.
Right.
We got sponsors for horses and for our work and stuff. But we knew we couldn't afford a building, because the building would cost, the carousel would probably cost close to $1.5 million to do it.
Right.
So we went to these other communities. We went to the city of Pittsfield, and they were just not very friendly about it. So other communities like the Mall in Lanesboro and Dalton and other places had all offered us to come in the community.
Dalton was kind
But
of
you had already bought
disappointed
this.
not to get it.
But you had already bought this property.
Well, we sat on it.
We
We
would've
almost sold it to Cumberland Farms.
We would have sold it if another community, but no other community.
And the other
were able
communities
to
all
find a
wanted us.
space or
They found spaces, but we needed to have $250,000 to match a state grant to build the building. And one community came up with $5,000. One had, I think Lanesboro had $1 million bond issue, which would have helped us. We'd have to pay it back. But the mall wanted too much money, and there was no other place in all of Lanesboro. We looked at the drive-in theater, and the city selectmen told us we don't even have parking for the baseball games the kids play, and there's a swamp in the middle of the land,
Right.
where the drive-in theater is. So, long story short, we went back to this plan. We drummed up a little bit, got some donations. We helped it. We got a contract, number of contracts, very helpful, including the YMCA. They gave us the pieces that are on the ceiling that are steel.
metal, steel.
Because they had a pavilion at Camp Lake Pontaril on Pontusic Lake they wanted to tear down. So we got Berkshire Bank, first time they really donated, helped us with the getting of the steel and fixing it, saved us $200,000, just the big steel beams. We had to put up the rest of them. And we've had wonderful support from the contractors. We must have gotten $250,000 worth of free service. We've had support from these buildings. You know, local people have really gotten behind us.
That's great.
When they saw this was done, that's when they got behind
So
us.
what's happening, these are temporary
Yeah.
until the wings can be built. In the winter, what they'll do is have little kiosks inside for some food and sort of gift shop.
Nice.
And then they'll be able to have
So-
parties around the outside. The goal is we'll have a
We're
party
going
room.
to pass
we'll
around a
have little
paper
shop.
with a pledge. We want each of you to pledge $500,000 so that we can build both wings. We can have all the toys and all the collections.
That's why you're being nice
and a
to us.
party. Oh, absolutely.
That
It's
free
your
ride,
birthday.
right?
You got a
That
free
birthday ride.
And then the other building will have a gift shop and an office, and we'll have the concessions. And if we have it, Maria wants to do an ice cream parlor, the old-fashioned ice cream parlor.
And the goal will be we'll have a kids playground area here. You know,
So
and
we
stuff
are
to-
renting this parking lot next to
So-
us. If we can get these people that bought this building to help us with the donation of the parking lot down the road, we can build on this entire plot. We can put everything there.
But you need to have space for parking.
Well, we have, we're renting that lot.
You're renting
We're
that.
renting that.
And you'll
This-
keep
Yeah.
renting that lot.
But Lauren, this
He would
parking
be
lot
wi-
holds 30 spaces.
He
if
would
we're
be
paid.
willing to sell it to us if we ever got the money to do that. So,
Right.
so there's all these phases as we
No,
are able to
I
raise.
hope you all looked
Well-
at this beautiful handicapped parking. Because if you go over there, you'll see what the guy did with the wheelchair. Can you see it?
Can you see what's on
You
that
can't see it sitting down.
handicap sign on the ground?
On the
The
ground.
guy that
Why don't you get
go
up
over there
and go up and tell
yeah,
us what you
tell us
see?
what you
Tell
see.
us what's a little bit different on that.
Oops, I just.
Oh, your camera.
Jim,
On the ground,
your
the
bus,
handicap
is that one of
sign,
those blue
on the- on
buses
the- on the
from
ground.
Berkshire Street
Got two
Railway?
of them. Well, I've got another one that's in the book, one of the books you might have seen.
Yes.
That's in New York State. If we don't get it, they're going to destroy it.
Wait,
But I
wait.
have a 21
Right there.
passenger
What do you
yellow
want?
coach, it's called. It was in Williamstown, in the woods, for 40 years. A guy grew tomatoes in it, and I asked the farmer for it. He said, "You can have it." But it took 2 years to get it moved.
Oh.
And I moved it down to the old trolley barns for a year or so. And now it's somewhere, I think it's in Maximilian's yard or something.
Well, you had a picture, and the driver's name was Herman Garbowitz.
Gabby Garber.
And my father knew him because my father drove for Berkshire Street Railway for 5 years in the 1950s.
Yes, of course.
And when we first moved into our house, he wasn't working there, but he saw the man next door with a hat, and he said to my mother, a chauffeur lives next door. And in a short time, he was driving, and there were 4 drivers for Berkshire Street Railway, all on the same side of the street.
Yeah,
part of the
especially if
thing
you have
is
2 or
that
3
What did you think?
kids.
Do you think that was good?
Yeah.
Tell Glendora what was
Right.
in there.
A ponytail for Jim.
A
They
ponytail.
have the wheelchair, the little character in the wheelchair has a
Has a
ponytail.
ponytail for Jim. But, so you're right. I mean, we needed to know we're in Pittsfield. We need to be an area where families could come.
This
They
is
were
walking
talking
distance
about
from
how
the west side.
$2 is, this isn't New York.
It's
So
not-
that's-
But I still feel like 2 is low
It's-
for even,
yes.
like,
No,
at
but if
5
you're
would be
coming with
reasonable.
2 or 3 kids,
Right, right.
like I had
right,
3
right,
kids, if I
right.
had to pay $5 per kid to ride the,
couldn't do it.
I wouldn't do-
couldn't
I
do it.
wouldn't
I
have
was
done it.
telling
So
you-
some of the,
Yeah.
some of the
Alright.
other things that they're gonna do is, like, it's being booked for birthday parties. It's being booked for wedding pictures. It's being booked for high school reunions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are and believe me, those are very reasonable too.
So-
The gift shop over there, we walked in the first day, and they were selling T-shirts for $12. We go, no, that's too cheap.
Right.
So we made them, so they raised them to $15.
Oh my goodness.
And-
And 2025 is like
and
normal
this-
for a
this-
t-shirt.
This one is
Around
more
here,
because it's
15,
tie-dye.
I know.
But it's like, that was too low. You know, we said, wait a minute, you gotta raise it a little bit more than that. That would be okay, and somebody will buy that. But still, we always have to be careful. And what they're gonna do is, we're gonna have our workshop is gonna be in, the guy that we're renting this parking lot from also bought part of that building. And we're gonna have our workshop in there.
Not the whole building.
And so the thing about too is that, and we are going to start, they're going to have a more formal, like if people come touring the workshop, I think they're going to charge maybe, again, $250 or something, and have a formal kind of whole program that
Right.
you can have to see the workshops and stuff.
So,
like
And
that.
what about even charging for parking to cover your rent? No?
I don't think they would.
So
do that.
Maria-
That would
Maria-
be nice. That would be a great idea,
The
but.
director, Maria,
Right.
used to be president of the Christian Center in town, which helps poor families and food pantries and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's very sensitive to
The pricing.
lower income
And
population.
Just trying to
And
figure
her-
out
ways
ways
to get more
and
money
her-
for you
and
guys.
her-
I know.
And her, the woman that sponsored For the Horses is a classmate of mine. Her boyfriend had a pontoon boat and he died. She sold the boat, and with the money she set up a fund called Gordy's Kids.
That's how we got the money to do that concession stand.
Oh, wow.
The Gordy's Kids.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Gordy's Kids, not this. I apologize.
Gordy's Kids is a fund to buy tokens for indigent children. And it's distributed, I mentioned to you, through the school system, so they make sure the kids that can't afford get to ride. They weren't allowed to use those this weekend, although if they brought them, I'm sure they could. It was because we didn't know how many people were coming and how much. So throughout the year, and we also have classes come here. Maria told you, I think 4,000, I thought it was 3. 4,000 kids have come through the workshop.
That's great.
Each one had a little piece of sandpaper and got to sand a horse. It was my theory, if they sanded horses, they would have ownership in the horses, and they wouldn't come over here and spray paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
And
So
you
we'll
know, and
see.
again, the hope is that some people that do have more funds
Excuse me.
will make some donations
Yeah,
for
come
those.
do it. Can
So-
you lock this up?
Oh, it's locked. There's a
Yeah.
security system.
I mean, so, because there are some
There are.
unfortunate people in
Yes,
town.
There were over 800 rides today, or something like that. I
And,
heard.
and how about throughout since the first, since you opened, how's it been?
Oh, I don't, there's been
Yeah,
a couple
how much
thousand,
they-
2 or 3,000.
What is the cost of one ride?
$2.
$2.
Did you get to ride yet? No. Is it 6 o'clock yet?
It's
Quick.
5:17. He's got
Oh,
time.
he's got
I can do it another day.
He's got. You can come
Unless
back
you really
another
want
day.
me to.
I want you to get on there and ride a horse.
Okay.
I got a, wait a minute, I got a coupon, a thing for you as a gift.
Oh, see, that's
You
so
came
nice.
all the way here to see my girlfriend. You
Okay,
enjoy
I'll go
it.
in and ride it.
You
Okay.
picked the nicest horse. I know which one you're gonna pick. I'm not gonna tell you, I'll bet I know. Whatever one he tells me, I'll say, how'd you know? So what do you do in New York?
Right now, well, I work.
You're not a movie director?
No.
Not a television producer? I'm thinking, Glendora, we might
It's not
get
that
her.
interesting. I work for an insurance broker.
Oh my God! You know how much insurance we pay?
Oh my God, believe me.
Oh my
Do you
God!
want to know how
I could send a kid to college for 10 years.
how
You
many?
almost needed that
many
today
is-
when we were getting off our horses. I lost my shoes.
She doesn't, she's not involved in that part.
I don't do property and casualty.
Okay.
The
Employee
insurance
benefits.
agent told us
benefits,
we're gonna have a lot of claims, and I said,
Right.
please don't tell me.
No, I do all employee benefits. I started off in human resources, and I really liked the employee benefits, and then I'm very interested in healthcare and how healthcare in the country and all that stuff. So I wanted to be involved in some way. Now, that's not to say that working for an insurance broker that sells employee benefits insurance is, but it keeps me on top of knowing what's going on with the legislation, and so I like it.
Did she inherit your brains?
She's got a different brain than I
She sounds
and
pretty
is probably
bright.
much better.
She sounds
But
pretty
you know,
bright.
I want to.
She's very bright.
I want to tell you something. When you were talking about being careful and security, when this building was being built, the horses kind of got in there, and then they kind of got the building, and the windows weren't ready, so they just had plastic, and I think it was maybe 4 days before the windows were being delivered. So we had these unbelievable volunteers that literally slept in their cars
Wow.
to watch to make sure that no one.
That's amazing.
Well, what had happened